Oh, he's back. The fucking reigning champion of smacking it.
Good evening.
Hello.
I was doing what the kids do. Is that it or something? I don't know.
Oh, come on, Brad, join in.
Oh, we're not. Put your finger out. There he's there.
There he is. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ideal Home Show, episode 153. What an amazing show we've got for you tonight. It is chock-a-block with news from all around the vaping world. We will obviously be recapping Vape Expo 2018, the return at the NEC that was last weekend. We'll be talking a little bit about squonking. There's a bit of squonking later on. And we've got Travava, we've got the Shredder, we've got the Thursday Head Scratcher. We've got it all. Guaranteed stuff. So stick around.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does sound good, doesn't it, when you say it like that? Okay, so very quickly, what we will do is we'll see what the Ohmies out there in Ohmieland are drinking, and then we'll find out what our panel are on. So first up, we've got David Deering.
It's a good selection.
That's a nice setup. Nice juice, nice hot cross buns. I quite like the sound of that. Some good cannage.
I've not seen a hot cross bun either.
Norris
I'd get
is
kicked
on.
in my house. That's a nice bottle of beer.
What's that mod, James?
Oh, it's a Raven.
There we go. And we've got Bert.
Another one.
That's a pint can of IPA.
I thought it was a spray can. I thought it was paint.
Like something you'd catch Rick with.
What is that? Is that Northern Bacon? Spreeken? Is that like...
We've got Giles. He's got
it's proper job. It's good.
And we've got Fro Taylor as well.
Look what he's drinking, James.
Rick and Morty's on the go. Look at that. He's bridging the gap there between Aldi cheap lager and whatever it is that you chaps.
Not mutually exclusive. Obviously, we couldn't do this without finding out what Ibby is on. Looks like a posh stout for a change.
12.5%.
That looks like a very posh stout.
Yes, that's almost Instagram worthy, that snap. And we do have one apology. Schwarzy
He's gonna love you for that.
He can't be with us live tonight.
He'll catch
2
glasses of wine and then he's gonna do a bomb into that hot tub.
Yeah, say no more, Ian. We know.
Hot tub, it's romantic, ain't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just him on his own.
A nudge is as good as a wink. We know what's going on there. Send me some pictures. Yeah, nudge is as good as a wink.
I really hope you live to regret that statement.
I don't. I'm serious. Okay, so James, how has your week been? What did you have for lunch or dinner or whatever you've got written down there? Lunch, dinner, food. Just mention some food. What are you watching on telly at the moment? What's the main binge box set?
He's just watching this, really.
Not right this second.
Oh,
this in general this week. What's his main box set right now? And how's your week been? What are you vaping, etc.? Go.
Thanks very much. Oh, my week has been all right. I suppose it's been all right. I've had a terrible 48 hours of vaping though. Terrible 48 hours of vaping. Two mods down in the last 48 hours, which is sad times. I am vaping on. What am I vaping on though? I'm vaping on the Resurrect. I see 2 mods down. The Resurrected in the last hour. E7 sunbox with a Viper on top and a whistle on top of the air. And in there is my usual tobacco crunch from concentrate, which isn't in the IM356 because that has got to go back to Italy because I'm an absolute fucking idiot. And last night I put a new squonk bottle in and I didn't connect it all up properly. But it seemed like a simple thing. I squonked and squonked. I was like, well, it's a bit dry. I'll squonk some more, and ended up just filling the entire box with a squonk bottle's worth of juice, and now that's broken. So I'm vaping on the Sunbox. I am vaping on the Lucas with the Vita V2 and a whistle on top of there. And in there is Frambosa from the lovely Toby.
Good man. He did ask you to pass the message on.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Lovely Toby. And last but by no means least, I've got the Keo with nuts, 18 milli nuts on top, and some sort of random drip on top of there. And in there is Dandelion and Burdock from Jeffrey's Vintage Vape, which is just in me circulation now. So that's what I'm vaping on. I am drinking on like the chap whose name I don't remember who it was now. I've got a Rick and Morty backer. It's delightful. Thanks very much. I am watching. I'll tell you what I'm watching on telly. I'm nearly done with Maniac. I have started Parks and Recreation again. That's how good it is.
I'm watching an Omi recommendation at the moment. I'm watching The Cry.
Yes.
We're on episode 3 so far. That was recommended by Richard.
How are you finding it?
No, we're on episode 2. Sorry. Weird. Yeah, weird. But it's getting better. At the end of episode 2, I was like, okay, fine. We're in. We're in for the thing.
Cool.
I just wrote that down. The Cry.
The Cry on iPlayer.
BBC iPlayer.
I like iPlayer. You know, I really quite like iPlayer. I like iPlayer a lot. It's nice. It's good bit of software. Unlike More 4, or what's it called now? 4 more.
4OD. Shocking.
Yeah, the software of that is absolutely... The amount of times... I like to watch Come Down With Me. I'm a Come Down With Me fan. I like that fellow who does the commentating over the top. In fact, when I'm cooking, sometimes I imagine that he's the old Dave there's in the background going, "Oh, look, he's chopping it."
You're making a cake in an old you need the used trifle bowl, throwaway trifle bowl from a Tesco's and a fork, and you have got everything you need to make a 5-course meal. I don't know how they pick the contestants. They're like, excuse me, do you own any kitchen utensils at all?
It's not the
really. I've got a microwave.
It's about the people, isn't it? It's about the people. That's what I like.
They pick them because they're a fuckwit.
Well, you know what it is? It's a certain type of person who wants to go and Come Down With Me, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's not your regular...
I bet there's
I'll tell you what as well. I'll tell you what, I know someone that's been on it, and it's a bit of a stitch-up as well. Because they say things like, "Oh, can you bound down the stairs?" and then when you watch it back, the guy doing the voice over the top will go, "Steady down those stairs."
It's Dave Lamb, isn't it?
It's just Dave Lamb, yeah.
Dave Lamb.
Who doesn't look like he sounds? Doesn't look like he sounds at all. Have you seen him?
Yeah.
He's a queer looking bugger.
He don't write it, does he? He don't write the lines. He gets given the lines. He don't write them.
I have no idea. The sound ad-libbed. I presumed he was just a witty dude who just rocks up, watches the show, goes, well, that spoon's green or whatever he's saying. I don't know what he's saying.
Hilarious.
But he's still the man whose voice goes in the back of my head when I'm cooking, thinking that he's saying slightly witty, pithy things about me while I'm knocking up a spaghetti bolognese. Anyway, so that's what I'm watching on telly. I am drinking that. I'm vaping on that. Do we have a question?
Well, I just wanted to know about the telly, really.
That's me telly. That's me wake. That's me telly. That's me beer. That's me
lunch or whatever.
Oh well, for my tea, I did toad in the hole for tea. It was delicious. I like a toad in the hole.
Oh, it's not bad doing that.
It's good. It's good. And it's good. It's some roasted.
What shape was the hole?
The hole was round. It was a round. I do have a square hole.
That's what she said.
Or does that count as you had an egg salad?
Can't have an egg. What do you mean? What's an egg salad? Salad, isn't it?
Well, for someone who doesn't put egg in his salad, he had an egg, which I'm just giving it. It's an egg salad.
No, because no. You don't need the word. It's a useless prefix because if there's an egg, it's a salad. So
it's like a lettuce salad.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
John, what did you have? What did you have for your tea, John? You had some sort of gluten-free bread thing, didn't you?
I made no, I didn't. No, I had tacos. But I
Yeah,
didn't
tacos. Yeah. Tacos. You made that gluten-free taco thing. That didn't look like taco. It looked like a flatbread.
No,
But-
it's soft tacos. That's what they were.
Yeah, soft tacos, my art. Anyway, and then you put salad in there, and there was no egg in that salad.
No, it wasn't salad.
What was it?
It was lettuce and tomato.
That's salad. God damn it!
No egg, mate. How the fuck is that a salad? It's lettuce and tomato.
Ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. The lack of gluten's gone to your head,
I don't know
John.
what you're talking about. Lettuce and tomato. How the fuck is that a salad? Where the fuck was the egg?
You would be gutted in a fancy restaurant.
Who's
ordered a
ordering
salad.
salads in fancy restaurants? Anyway, moving on. So, no question. I'll tell you what. I've got a question. Don't worry. Okay, well, John, grumpy bastard. How's your week been? I know it's been terrible. It must have been terrible. What are you vaping on? Probably something awful. What are you drinking? I know it's shite. I know it is.
That is true.
And what? How you doing? How you doing? Right, the show is called All About the Merch. If you could, what ideal merch? What would your ideal merch be? What if we could have a? I mean, obviously we've got the.
Oh, you mean like merch from us? Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. What would your? Well, we've discussed things in the past, but what would be your ideal merch? Your ideal merch. Go.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Right. It's actually been a good week. I'm not suffering at all with the whole gluten freeness. I'm fine.
Is it the Coldplay? Is that what it is? Is it listening to Coldplay making you sad?
I don't listen to Coldplay.
You do. If you listen, if you gluten free, it's a well known fact that gluten free people all listen to Coldplay, John.
That's true.
See.
I don't. Maybe have been. I don't know. Maybe that's just what you do when you're asleep or something. I don't know. Yeah. Now I think about it. No, I have. No, I
Yeah. I'd say it's making you grumpy, John. It's making you so grumpy.
You're probably right. You're probably right, mate. Probably right. No, I've had a good week. What? I'm drinking Thatcher's Gold because I was drinking Magnus last week, which was sort of passable. And then an Omi said, "Oh, you don't want to drink that. You want Thatcher's." Oh, you don't. That's what's left over at a party. No one wants it. That's horrible. I'm going to drink it because there's nothing else to drink. It tastes really sweet.
It's very sweet. It's very sweet.
Yeah, not a fan of that. It says medium. Fucking hell. It's sweet at kill you. You already know what I had for dinner. People want to know what I had for lunch.
Yeah. Hold that thought, John. James, if you had to guess.
It's good today as well. I'm really proud.
If you had to guess, what would you think John might have had for lunch today?
Well, obviously, we're really restricted with his current dietary needs.
Really?
That's true. That's true.
Eat marshmallows.
I think he probably had, not just that, because he's becoming like extra middle class with his lack of gluten. He probably had avocado on toast.
Garlic toast.
With a no gluten-free toast. Toast. Avocado and gluten-free toast with a quail egg. He does love an egg.
Go on with an egg.
And a nice glass of almond milk. He pronounces it.
I don't
almond.
mind it. I pronounce it almond. But I don't mind almond milk. It's all right.
I reckon he had the red bit of a Vivid Bell, the green bit of a pepper army, and the white bit of a pot noodle.
Do you know what? It's actually as stupid as all of that. Right, I really needed to be wearing flip-flops when I was eating this. I think I had, but this is so stupid. I had gluten-free crisp bread with hummus, 2 tangerines, and I had 3 gluten-free chocolate digested biscuits. That's how.
Do they do that?
Yes, they do. They're not made by McVitie's, and they're all right actually.
Oh, okay.
They're quite nice. But the crisp bread and hummus was disgusting, and I had 2 and threw the packet in the bin. So that's what I had.
Nice.
What am I vaping on? I am vaping on a fantastic Turnwood FX mod. On top of that is a Dead Rabbit. On the Dead Rabbit is a Challenge Cap Butcher, which is this little bit here. It's the bit here. So it's slightly like it's kind of shorter cap with no the AFC's gone. And on top I've got a drip tip, Goonie drip tip made by Mr. Rick himself, Rick of modmaker.co.uk.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them.
You, Rick.
Yes, they're very funky. And in that I've got Downline of Burdock by Jeffrey's Vintage Vape and Just That Nick. And it is cloudy as fuck. I'm going to disappear in this, right?
Whoa.
That is what a challenge cap will do for you. That's one thing I've got. Next up, I have got an RX75. On top of that, I've got a Black Saver. In the Black Saver, I've got Crack Current. Just that, Nick. It's 45 milligrams. It's fantastic. Next up, I have a Pico 21700 iStick. Richard gave me this at the weekend because he's lovely. He also put a 21700 battery in it because he probably thought you won't have one, and he's right. I didn't. I thought I opened it and I thought, oh, it's really sweet, and now I'm gonna have to buy a battery. And I thought, it weighs a lot. Fucking hell, put a battery in it, which was awesome, and it was charged, so I faked it on the way in.
Yep.
He's a fucking honey.
Think so.
It's not bad, is it? It's not bad, is it?
I like it. I've been using it as my,
solid,
my
isn't it?
mod. Yeah, mod out and about, and look at the saver on top of that, the silver saver. It's a lovely, shiny combo. In that, I have got Frambosa, 50 milligram from the lovely people at Haystown Vapes and Nata Liquids. And that's rather fantastic. If we had a bit of merch, I know what I'm going to say. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've got it. It'd be an IPA. It'd be an IPA, but we'd do it in gluten-free as well. We'd have one, and we'd have gluten-free as well, and we'd have a crate each to make sure. And it'd be about 6%.
We'd do gluten-free, but we'd make sure it wasn't for sale in your area.
No, but I'd get like a couple of cases. I'd just get it on the internet. Oh, that would be good. Now I've said it. Now I'm thinking Omi's beers. That would be fucking brilliant.
It wouldn't be that hard to sort out.
That'd be cool as fuck. But yeah, we have a brewer watches this show. Oh god.
Well, we just or just contact an established microbrewery and just say your next flavour we want in.
We want in. Yeah. I like it.
And we will sell tens of beers.
Tens of beers.
Literally tens.
I'm gonna go back to Richard then. Yeah, Richard. How's your week been? What are you vaping on? What do you have for lunch? What are you drinking? Did I say what you're vaping? Yeah, I think I did. And if we had a bit of merch, what merch would it be?
Okie dokie. Week's
Let me
been
just
fine.
let me just put my dad's glasses on, just so we're all being a bit.
There we go. Beautiful. They do suit you.
Yeah, like that, I can't see. So like that.
Okay, week's been fine. Bit busy, bit behind with everything due to Expo. But that's life. That's life. For lunch, I had jack potato with cottage cheese.
Oh, that's a bit slimmy, isn't it?
From Spud You Like.
Spud You Like. I think there's one of them in there too.
With a Diet Coke. £6.
That's pretty good. How
£6 for a potato?
That sounds expensive.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
It's
How much?
It's about 14 pence of produce.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, you got me.
Yeah, that seemed expensive to me. I don't know what the potato situation is though. But yeah, so that's what I had for lunch. Merch, I would have beer mats.
Not bad.
Beer mats. You could get a pack of, say, I don't know, 10 beer mats.
Well, you got 2 of each, Omi. Yeah.
We can change. On the back, we'd have our classic logo, and then on the front, World's Your Oyster. So many cool designs from days gone by.
True. Yeah, I like it.
Or maybe actual vapes. Pictures of vapes.
Or just swears. Or pickled
Yeah.
wick.
Yeah, things like that. I think that'd be ace. I don't know if that's something.
Well,
that could happen.
we've sold tens of beers already. We're already obviously doing a pre-sale.
Well, they come in packs of 10, so we could sell 100 beer, Matt.
Dean Feeney is saying he would buy tens, which is pretty good. Keith Jones is up for one. He just said I'd buy it, so it's just one. Andy Fairchild, he'd have one. Keith thinks we're only going to do one beer because he said do it. We probably need more than one if we want to sell tens.
He means one flavour.
Oh, right, cool, makes sense.
What else do you need to know?
What are you vaping?
Is that it? Good. Okay, vaping on the new Spade 21700 from Vicious Ant, DNA 75C 21700 Spade. Got the profile RDA on top, but that's mainly because I don't have a lot of black squonky RDAs, but yeah, quite like that. It's all right, not bad. Also got the Saver on the Maximus. That's a standard now, absolute standard.
Looking good.
That's got Frankie in from James. And then last but not least, the top side off of Dovpo.
Yeah, you've had that since the weekend, haven't you?
Yes, Brian very kindly gave me one.
And a mod.
Oi. And also on top, the Rebirth from Hell Vape, which was collaborated with Mike Vapes. So Mike Vapes and TVC on here. The juice is it's berry slushy or something from Bryn. It's one of Bryn's.
Oh, very
in
nice.
there. The last of that in there.
Brilliant.
So yeah, might talk about this later because there is a thing. There is a breaking news thing with that. So we might talk about that a bit later. But there we go. Brad.
Yes, darling.
How's your week been? What did you have for lunch? What are you vaping? What merch would you have if we were doing that sort of thing? Oh, actually, I'll just say now very quickly. The title of the show is simply because James made those brilliant action figures of us. It's not a dig at any other vaping outlet that does merchandise.
First invented by,
when-
it was, well, the figures came, who was it who did them first for us this week?
Steve Cuz Davison, is that what his name is?
Yeah. So it's not a sly dig at any other shows that do merch or anything like that.
No, we love merch. Oh, I love merch.
Yeah, we weren't trying to be smart with that. We just did a really cool thing. Yeah, so Brad, merch, lunch, drink, week, vape. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all the questions we usually ask.
Do it.
Week's been good. I'm back on the beer, so I'm currently drinking Stella, and to the group, no, I'm not ripping the sleeves off of this shirt. And I will be shortly moving on to a new Brewdog. Brewdog Quench Quake. It's
Tangerine.
sour grapefruit and tangerine. So I like sour beer. They basically just figured out a way to sell me off beer. That works. I am still vaping on my trusty steed with fluid. And I have what is not a mystery bottle. I found it in a drawer, but it's not a mystery bottle. Pink lemonade.
Oh.
Which is interesting. It's lemonade-y and it's pink. And as this for London, I've been eating for free all day. My breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner.
You
and
doing
yes,
that
that's what those three
freedom
things are called.
Just jumping in the bin behind McDonald's again.
No, we went trick-or-treating last night.
Okay. You went trick-or-treating? Your kid's like 3 weeks old. How the fuck
I
did you
know.
go trick-or-treating?
We dressed her up like the Queen.
What, and you just carried around? That's not trick-or-treating.
We dressed her up like the Queen, and I got a bucket full of candy, and that's all that's left.
That's cool.
That's just theft.
I've eaten Snickers and some weird sour
Who
beers.
the fuck is giving a child that's like a couple of months old sweets? I'd have gone, your kid looks great. You can't have any sweets. Give me got any fucking teeth.
We figured out the trick was
John's outraged.
not to go to the door alone with the baby. You follow a crowd of small children to the door.
Even creepier. Even worse. That's not better. That's worse.
I like it because everyone in his neighbourhood now gets to see the baby.
Yeah, I will find a picture of my baby.
You know that white South African bloke who gives his like 2-month-old sweets. It's mental.
Oh yeah, that is a slight drawback actually.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's fine. I'll survive.
I got the perfect answer to Halloween yesterday. I was standing in the shop and one of the staff went, "Oh, John, happy Halloween." I said, fuck off. That was my. It's not a thing. Happy Halloween, not a thing. No.
I take it your house gets egged then.
No, we don't. It's a thing now, isn't it? If you don't have a pumpkin outside your house, they don't knock on the door. We'd actually got some sweets, but my wife's just eaten them.
My neighbours decorated the house and then didn't answer the door when people.
Oh no, that's bullshit. You've got to open the door.
Do exit the house.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You have to open the door. If you decorate it, I mean, who the fuck is it for then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's all of that. Merch. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Which what? We can't have a hard place or a rock. Pick something else.
We could have a rock. That's probably the most realistic one.
Branded rock. Now I'm gonna. At first, I thought I'd really like some pants, like briefs with the logo on it. But then everyone went bare, and I'm like, you know what? We need a bottle opener.
Yeah, they've done it. They've said it. Well, I kind of had to give it away. Really, kind of said, we're working on it. We're going to do it. We're working on it.
We're waiting patiently.
But that many people thought they had a great idea. Barry came in with bottle opener. You weren't the first to think of it. We'd already thought of it. Fucking hell, man. I think it came from the Blythe. We're just an explosion of genius thoughts. But I like the. What are you going to say? Not pants. What did you go with?
I don't know. I'd go with pants with. I can't decide whether I want a logo on the front or the back.
But what if they had like our faces and then they got like a, what do they call it? A wet penny?
Yeah.
Someone's getting a sort of tan, aren't they, on the front?
Face right there, covering blowing kisses too.
It's just yellow.
Could do a text message service where people text a certain number and we send saucy pics that they wouldn't normally get to see.
Not bad.
Good.
It's a money spinner.
I could see a couple of our viewers paying for that.
Yeah, I'll start collecting the pics.
Oh, dear. Let's do news.
Let's see the news.
Let's do the news. Who's top of that list?
I am, I think. I know.
Go on then, John.
Yeah,
Expo.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, we're just going to quickly talk about Expo. Expo, the return. Last week at Birmingham's. It's not called the NEC. It's called the Gentings Arena. But no one knows the fuck that is, so we always call it the NEC. At the NEC in Birmingham. I went down on Friday. Richard went down on Friday. And I don't know. I think the best thing to go highlight. It was a fantastic. I haven't actually seen anybody kind of write a review. It's massive. I mean, it's absolutely huge.
That's the biggest one, I think.
Yeah, like a child, I get lost instantly. Richard said he was by the door to meet him, and no, I couldn't find the door. I walked around for about 40 minutes. Highlights for me. Well, Toby was over from Canada. Toby from Nata. We went out for a steak dinner with him. Then we went down a pub. It's always fantastic to see Toby. I know Toby watches. Hello, Toby.
Sorry, Toby.
Got some exciting stuff that me and Toby are going to be working on in the future through Just Had Nick, which will be absolutely wicked. I don't have to say what yet, but it will be very, very cool.
Is it pants?
It's not yet. Not yet.
Damn it.
And then obviously it kind of rained Omies on Saturday. And I didn't know, but there was a conspiracy of silence. But Rick kind of changed his mind at the last minute and decided to come down and stay the night. And I didn't know. So I walked in Saturday morning, went to the bar. I was walking towards the bar, saw Riyadh. And I looked at Riyadh and I thought, that bloke next to Riyadh looks just like Rick. And then I walked closer. I looked like an ant finding out everybody. The nest had like a kettle of water poured on it. So I walked quickly towards and then slowed and then went, it's Rick! And I was overjoyed. Rick had told everybody not to tell me he was coming down. And yeah, that's fantastic. And they spent the whole afternoon with various Omies. It was wicked. It was absolutely brilliant. And then went out for a curry on Saturday night with a select crowd.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
you say select crowd, but Riyadh was there.
It's true. I mean, it's scraping the barrel. Riyadh didn't make it. That's my highlights. Then escaped Sunday morning. It's a bugger because you just got to get out because it's that far to get back. And me and Rich were talking before. I didn't get back to about 1:30 back home, picking up the dog and stuff. I had a brilliant weekend. Richard, sorry, you jumpeth inneth. How was your expo?
Yeah, I thought it was great. It was huge. It was the biggest one. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest one in terms of just amount of stalls, amount of arena. It was absolutely humongous. I thought there was a nice mix. Obviously, they don't do the modest gallery at expos.
That is a shame. I did feel like it was missing.
Yeah, it is a shame. Yeah, there has been ones, little ones in the past, but they don't do that. But they do everything else. There is literally everything else under the sun. I mean, Evolution Vaping, their stand, they took everything they sell in their shop.
Yeah,
everything they sell on their website was just there.
Yeah, and James is just fantastic anyway. James at Evolution.
So they had a great stand. It was a really good mix of hardware and juice. Yeah. It was nice to see.
We're representing Tom and Paul. Fuck me, help me out.
Yeah, it's nice to see Matt Cully on the Watofo stand. Got his new tank here, the new Serpent Elevate. So it was nice to see some new releases. Nice to see Bogan. Nice to see Brian, as we said before. Mike, Kent was there. Twisted Messes in the build area. The build area was very cool as well. Yeah. It was good. It was a good event, and like you say, on the Saturday, loads of Omies. It's great.
The Bogan.
Yes. Yep. He was there.
He was good. Yeah, he's good.
Always good. Bogan because he's a good laugh.
Yeah, he's a rock star. I mean, he's just mobbed the whole time he's there.
Mm. Yeah, sweet. Really nice guy, Sam. And it was great. I think the atmosphere was good as well. I haven't got any issue. I think it was fun. I think we don't really mix with the people who go just to get bummed out by it because I didn't see anyone had a bad day.
I think our crowd are very realistic to it all. They know what it's like, and they just do their own thing and that. Sorry to anyone that I saw on the Saturday because I was just wrecked. I didn't get to bed till 5 a.m.
It was
left the casino at 4 a.m. Got to bed at 5 a.m.
Your first beer in the afternoon when you finally changed over to beer, you could kind of see you kind of had a tentative sip, and then you were kind of like, no, it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Worked, and then you kind of came back to life. It was very cool.
4 a.m. Were you up or down?
It was going really well, but ended up about £4 down. I went all the way up and all the way back down again.
Well, as long as you had fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Well, an hour's blackjack, highs and lows. It was good, and that was good.
I think the only thing missing was a James and a Brad.
Yeah.
Next year, mate. Next year.
It was good.
Yeah, but yeah, overall it was very good. The event ran so smooth. I was worried about the ticket situation on the Friday because they seemed really slow, but they obviously sorted that out on the Saturday.
They did. They burnt through everyone. Just a quick one to say, in case we didn't really mention it. Thanks for coming, people who came and shared a beer and a laugh. You made it Saturday afternoon. It's fantastic. Sitting having a laugh in the pub is absolutely always the reason to go to these things.
Yeah, especially the people that came all the way down for one or all the way up for just for the day.
So many
Alex
people
got the train up just for the day. Nigel and Craig drove in for the day.
Colin came fucking miles. It was absolutely mental. It was like 5 hours to get there and then go again back to. And then he went off back to Norfolk. It was
really cool. Great effort. So yeah, I think it's. I haven't like you. I haven't seen that much feedback, but I thought it was a great show.
I think it's that thing though, isn't it? If you look at the feedback from Vape Fest, some people got bummed out by it, but I don't think we really didn't really see it because they're not the kind of people we know. You know what you're expecting. You got to make it. We've done this to death, but you make the event yourself.
Yeah.
However you want to, go in with the right attitude. Just have a good day. Anyway, on to Richard.
Okay. Oh, it's me. Okay. Okay. So let's just do a few of these. So we did our Thursday warm-up head scratcher on the group. 200 comments in just over an hour. And today's head scratcher was we wanted horror movies changed to vaping related. So we've got, I might have to zoom in a bit for my own sake. So we've got Jimmy the Devil's O. Oh, my examples were the O-Ring, the Blythe Witch Project, Rosemary's Baby Beast, the Bride of Frankenskull. Okay, so David Humphreys, The Clouds of Music, I Drip on Your Grave, Ian Richardson, that's good. Night of the Living Dead, Rabbit.
Did you miss the top two on purpose? Jimmy Cording is the Devil's Own.
Darren Larson, A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's very good. Very, very good. I'm just reading them at random. We got over 200,
sorry.
John.
Carry on reading them at random. I apologise. Sorry.
These are... Yeah, no, there was absolutely no time to... Rita Sue and Bradley Bob Pinto 2.
That's pretty good.
The Clouds Have Eyes. The Omen, Richard Sharp. The Omen, that totally works. That's a gold star. Silence of the Coils, Staple Aliens, Craig with The Cabin in the Stabilized Woods, kind of works. It's kind of good. Blair Wick Project, kind of works, I guess.
There's a double Stephen King later that I saw.
Let's have a look. Who have we got? The Exorcism of Emily Rose 3, V3. Biker Grove, not technically a film, no, or a horror. The Purge, I guess that does work. There's a Purge mod, isn't there? Vapes on a plane, that's not horror.
Do that Purge thing where they blow out some unknown.
Is there? So what's this frog thing? There's a few people saying frog. Is there a film with frog in a horror film with frogs?
The Fog.
Oh, the Fog. Someone else said just the Frog.
Yeah, it's called. Yeah, the Fog is a film. Stephen King film.
Okay, but what's the vaping bit of frog?
Fog. I think they're just trying to say like fog, like clouds.
Frog. David Flitzu, Shed in the Woods, Hellfire Razor, Mihal, that's good. Phantom of the Opera. Opera. Oh, okay. Supernatural.
Of the Opera.
The Fog. Oh, so it's people just saying the Fog. All right, fine. Whatevs.
Yes.
And last set.
Something interesting to note about the Fog special for the merch episode is that's the single coolest piece of merch ever produced for any film was made for that movie.
Right.
And you got a blister pack with a little picture of the Fog, and inside the little like plastic section, there's Fog. There's
no,
the piece.
I can beat. Here you go, then, Brad. I can beat that.
It's the Fog.
No, beat that. I can definitely beat that. Ghostbusters 2. They did Slimer in a can for Ghostbusters 2. My sister's probably still got it unopened, but the idea was you opened it and green mist came out of it. So it was Slimer in a can. Fucking done. That was amazing.
Ryan Gray, Halloween. Megan, The Lost Vape. Richard Sharp Phobia. Richard Sharp Phobia 2. The Purge. Nextasis Chainsaw Massacre. Has any, Ian just said, has anyone done the Exorcist? And then the Alex says the O-ring. There we go. There we go. So that was this week's teaser. Got you going. Got you warmed up. Just 200 comments in just over an hour. Crazy.
Brilliant.
James, what are you?
Yes. Okay. Oh, I've got news. I've got new stuff. News. This is I've got some small things this week. The first one is a regulated small thing called the iVant. iVant, the 3D printed DNA 60 mod that we should have pictures of. Black 3D printed mod. That's the one. Beautiful. let's just present to everyone. Okay, so this is the event. This kind of popped up in my timeline earlier last week, and it's just because it has got the dwarf on there. That's the 3.5 mil dwarf on there. And this is a 3D printed squonk. I can't remember where it comes from. It's Eastern European or somewhere like that.
It's a squonk.
Pardon?
It's a squonk.
It's not a squonk, no.
Oh, you said squonker. That was the thing, James.
I didn't think I did, but okay. So this is 3D printed. It's available in either PLA or ABS. It's a DNA 60 mod. It's available in lots of colours. You literally pick the colour from the rail there, and they'll print it out for you there and then. The size is 60 milli by 40 milli. That's the width there. And it is 48 grams without the battery. It'll take a maximum of a 25 millimeter atomizer. You can see, I think that the print is a little rough, but it's got a FAT 3510 in there. It's available in 18350, 18500, and 18650. It's the 18350 that really caught my eye though. That way one there. But the price is €100. That's built and ready to ship. It doesn't include shipping from Slovakia or somewhere like that. And I just thought it was a really cool little one. I think the dwarf looks great on there. I love the bottom firer. I really like the window so you can see the battery through the window sort of thing. I think there's loads of good things about it, and I really quite. It's nothing super new or super original. We've seen these sort of L-shaped mods before, which not necessarily in 3D print and not at that price, €100.
I think it's a bit being devil's advocate. I think it's a bit over. 80, I think it'd be great. I think 100's a bit much.
Remember that's euros though, John.
It's got a board in as well, John. And
it's a DNA 60.
Mm.
And then the fella's got to build it. And obviously got the charge.
Amazing price.
It's got the charge in there and all that sort of malarkey. And look at the 3.5 milli dwarf. It like sits flush on the top.
I give you that all together and backs out. It looks good.
I think it's. I do. I like it a lot. So that is the dwarf, and that is. Oh, and I meant to write down the Facebook group. That is. I think it's. Event. The fella, the modder has been on the go a long time. He's made Genesis atomizers, he's made tube mods, he's made some wooden, like handmade wooden mods. This. I want to say this is his first foray into 3D printing, but it's not, because he also does pico sleeves, and you kind of in stripes and various different colours, and you take the insides out of your pico and you pop the sleeve on there. And they're only 20 or 30 quid. Something more, a little bit more than that. But they look cool as well. And that is the Avant 3D printed DNA 60.
Can you slide into your next one, James? The run, is it?
I can, absolutely. The next is another teeny tiny mod. Now that one is small. This one is this is a squonker. This is the Runt Ice Cream Mods collaboration.
Whoa.
Absolutely exciting stuff. So you got Dave Hibbert, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and then you've got Russell
Russell.
from Ice Cream Mods. They've done a collaboration, and what we've got is I've only got a couple of pictures. That's all that was available. If you want to just let's just share that. There's only a couple of pictures. This is the midget, and this is a 3D printed and polished mod. It is. It's got the MM510 in there, silver contacts. It's got a square soy bottle in there. You can see that squonk bottle there is a square soy bottle in there, and it's powered by a single 14500 battery. So I mean, it's difficult to tell the actual. I'll give you. There's more to it than that. What's going to happen. So that's a 14500 there. So you can kind of get a little bit of an idea for scale. That's a little tiny soy bottle. So included with the mods are some custom made clapping wire from mouth to lung, some Ice Cream Man Nick Salts liquids of your choice. So you're going to get the mod, the clappings, and the liquid. That's going to be 85 quid with a fiver delivered in the UK. With a black body and door, other colours are available. There'll be £10 extra to cover low volume costs on the doors. On there, though, we've got the atomizer shown is the Demon Killer. I had the Demon Killer a little while back. I gave it away on one of our raffles. It's 14. So the Atty on there is a 14 milli Atty. Okay. Supplied with a custom top cap. You get to choose your air hole size yourself, as well as the original. Drip and beauty ring will match the mod's fire buttons if you order the mod. The atomizer, the accessories will be extra 30 quid on top of the mod. The atomizer is not available to buy separately only with the addition of the mod. So that is a teeny tiny itsy bitsy, and I realise I'm trying to stop representing there. It's tricky to kind of to get any sort of scale because he's just holding his hand. He could have massive Dan mudded hands, or he could have delicate lady hands like myself. So I've done a little bit of a replica. This is the size that it's going to be.
Oh, that's funky. I like that, James.
It's 61 millimeters by 36 millimeters. It's 2 centimeters deep, but this is the kind of the overall size. Now I'm going to stick it next to me, Lucas here. Wow. As you can see, that is what's the smallest thing I've got is the currently disabled Infinity Mods 356. I mean, look at this. Look at how teeny tiny this fella is. It just fits.
As we said on the show the other week, I mean, even more now.
It actually fits inside of the Infinity Mod 356. It's so tiny. It's
UK modders working together again.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Isn't it groovy? I mean, talk about a pocket mod. That is pod size. It's a squonker. When I first saw it, I was like, oh.
Matt English likes it. He said he likes how thin it is.
He likes it is. It's wafer thin. Look at that, how wafer thin that is.
I would recommend it came with some sort of card explaining 14500 batteries. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the people on that group are all pretty good.
They are, yeah, they're all pretty switched on. I know what you mean, but I mean, and the other thing is, I think the people selling it are that switched on. I think they'd make sure, if they didn't.
Yeah, I just, that sort of battery came and went, didn't it? And just in case, some sort of thing about
10 amps.
Working with 5 amps.
5? Is it 5? I thought they were now 10.
That's 350s. That's a 14500 in there.
Okay, fine.
14500. I'm not at 14500 because, like you said, the kind of you don't really see them that often. I mean, it's obviously designed for small atomizers, mouth to lung. You're looking at probably 101 plus. I'm sure a 5 amp battery will be absolutely fine.
If anyone is wondering about the 14500s, they're roughly kind of AA battery size, aren't they?
They are exactly AA battery size. Absolutely,
yeah.
They're exactly AA battery size. And that is the Midget by Runt, an Ice Cream Man collaboration.
Oh, the other thing is that you did point out is that you're getting the coil with it.
You're getting in the pack, just the standard pack is the mod, a mouth lung clapton, and some Nick salts. It's designed for a certain type of vapor, isn't it? And a certain type of vapor.
Lassie's just pointed out again in chat 3 to 5 amps. I'm sorry, I'm a dipshit, and was thinking of a different battery.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I just think that would be a nice touch if they did that. That's all. I just.
I'm sure
But-
Dave's
but
watching.
that's-
Dave is currently going, right, okay, well, let's just, he's writing that up right now.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Just a little print out. But yeah, no, 100%. That's very cool. That's interesting. I hadn't seen that.
Jolly good. Jolly good.
John, you were going to talk about Australia.
Oh, I've got two, Australia and America. We're going to go all the way around the fucking globe, mate. That was shit, wasn't it? We're going to go with Australia. This is kind of difficult to explain. Well, not difficult to explain. I'm going to have to explain it. So, the rules on vaping have changed, and they've changed where our man Bogan is, which is going to make fucking life complicated. I'm going with the Daily Fuckface online. Some people call it the Daily Mail, but I prefer Fuckface. Below for e-cigarette smokers. They're not smokers, you fucking morons. Below for e-cigarette smokers as a new crackdown on vaping is launched, and cigarettes hit $40 a packet. They're two things that aren't connected. Do you see? That's not a blow for e-cigarette smokers that cigarettes are $40 a packet. Okay. South Australia introduces toughest regulations on e-cigarettes in the country. Amendments will ban the sale of e-cigarette products in South Australia. The move has been slammed as protection for big tobacco companies. The price of cigarettes will increase by 12.5% in September 2019. So contradicting the previous paragraph. Smokers also need to prepare for another 12.5% rise in 2020, again contradicting the paragraph before the other paragraph. That amounts to a 25% increase in the cost of smoking in the next 2 years. Again, it's just, you see, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, it's really bad, but it's not. That's a problem. But they don't actually. They mentioned the first paragraph of the story. They were the subheadlines. The first paragraph of the story is this: that South Australia could be the first state to ban online sales of e-cigarettes in a move that threatens to decimate the industry. Both houses of the South Australian Parliament passed amendments to the Tobacco Production Regulation Act, which will ban the sale of e-cigarettes online, by mail, email, phone, and fax. So don't you try and get around it by faxing your order in. New amendment will also restrict interstate and international sales of the items just weeks after the price the price of tobacco increased to almost $40 a packet. The price hikes in tobacco don't end there. Blah 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 blah. That's not the same story. It is fucking awful. They've had a really bad time, and it really looked for Australia, for parts of Australia, like that it was going to be more lenient this year, and it has proved to be sort of counterintuitive. And fuck what's it?
One nice thing is they're getting slammed by the international community, though.
Yeah.
Good. It is absolutely fucking stupid.
I do think if you're old enough to remember a fax machine, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you like.
Yeah, who the fuck has got a fax machine? I really like the fact they went, you can't buy them online anymore and you can't buy telephone. And then one guy went, well, fuck you. My wife's always taking the piss. Tell me to get rid of their fax machine. I'm going to get myself some fucking... And then they went, and you can't buy my fax machine. Oh, you fucking arsehole. Yeah, it's absolutely ludicrous. And I really hope they see the light soon, because that makes it difficult for everybody. It makes it difficult in the UK as well. Just had Nick shipped to Australia. So now we're going to have to split things where we can and where we can't, which is... I just feel it really, really bad. I think it's shit, and I hope it changes very, very soon. Let's jump around the globe to some more shit news. From The Hill, I don't know if any people have heard of The Hill. The Hill is a website that is a fucking rag as well. So let's go over to The Hill. Sorry, I have to get through all the shitty adverts that jump up in front of me. They don't say this on the news today, but I do, giving you all the news. This is America. Call to end vaping. Include e-cigarettes in Great American Smokeout. E-cigarettes or vapes are known as the wildly popular, safe, it says in inverted commas, alternatives to cigarettes and tobacco products. Though many see them as harmless, little is known about the direct health effects of the products. That's not very true. This is especially concerning considering that a 2016 survey showed that more than 2 million US middle and high school students reported using e-cigarettes within the last 30 days, 2 years ago. Because e-cigarettes and vapes contain highly addictive nicotine and other potentially harmful agents, so not harmful, potentially harmful, I believe that they should be included in the Great American Smokeout. Let's find out what the Great American Smokeout is. The Great American Smokeout is an annual event hosted by the American Cancer Society that challenges people to quit smoking. While the rate of smoking has decreased, there is approximately 38 million people who still smoke daily. So they want to ban something that isn't smoking during a no smoking. It'd be like Stoptober and stop doing that. No, I think they should do that. Stop smoking and stop doing that.
They missed the beat with naming of the event as well, because the Great American Smokeout just makes me hungry.
Yeah, it does. I thought that as well. Get some ribs on there. Yeah. Some beef. Yeah. That was that's those two bits of news, and that's just shit. But if the American Lung Association sponsor that, they are absolutely fucking stupid. The Cancer Association in America are slowly moving over to Cancer Research UK's ideas, really, which is stop fucking smoking and do whatever else, and harm reduction. To talk about a harm reduction device. And banning it at the same time, we might as well not wear a nicotine patch then as well, and not. Yeah, it's absolutely stupid. Yeah, let's have anti-heroin and anti-methadone. Fuck it, I think it's really, really stupid. Yeah, there are two bits of news in bullshit. Rich,
hello, James. Are you all right to jump into your thing about which one is it? Daytona, yes.
Oh, it's just. Excuse me, really, really quick. Daytona, this just came up on the Infinity Mods site today. The Daytona, which was out, around about 6 months ago or so, 4 or 5 months ago. Alessandro showed, and it is just a. Have we got the pic? We have got the pic. Show me the pic. Released just a rendering of the Daytona 18 millimeter. Is it 18 millimeter? It is 18 millimeter. I'm sure it's 18 millimeter. Where's me notes? So
is that bottom bit optional, or does it get really narrow?
I've got no idea. The information I have is this information here. I presume that what you've got there is you've got a beauty ring sitting on it, but I could be entirely wrong. That could be 16. Nah, that's not even 16. That could be 14 down to 18. I've got no idea. This is all the information I've got. There was this picture. There was this picture, the Daytona Mini.
I'll have
where the bloody hell? The Daytona Mini, mouth long on the ear. That was all it said. You can see it's not even a rendering. But
it's all, isn't it? It's a rendering from paintbrush.
But I see 18 million. I see mouth long, and I see I am interested in this, and so apparently, here's the thing: people are getting more and more reluctant to post up pics early because of China, basically.
Yeah, you can't show the deck. That's been 2 for 3 years. You can't show the deck.
Yeah, but it seems more prominent lately. It seems in the last year, certainly since doing this show, it's diminishing, and it's getting less and less and less. And you are basically, you're getting preview pics, you're getting renders, you're getting that sort of stuff. They're not giving the game away. That is due out in the next 2 weeks. The first list is going to be the next 2 weeks.
Do they talk about the airflow at all, or the air hole? Or?
They'll do it.
Other than the fact that it's mouth to lung, that's all that's saying. So It was about to launch. The airflow's got
Richard's, but I will say, Richard's done an atomizer. We launch e-liquids all the time, and it is it's cutthroat. You have to be, you have to play the like. I know there's somebody said, oh yeah, it's all about the hype. I tell you, it fucking is when you can't show your hand, because you can't. You really can't. It's
really.
You in anything, but you couldn't if Coca-Cola came out with a new flavour, they wouldn't fucking do it. I'm not comparing us to Coca-Cola or anybody else, but people will go after your suppliers, people will go after your manufacturers, people, especially if you're getting something made in China, people will try to launch within days of you. Stuff has been cloned, especially 3 or 4 years ago, it was cloned within a week, but it wasn't. It was already, it leaked. Yeah, people do hold their shit close to themselves for a fucking good reason. I know that seems crap that they put a rendering up, but of course they fucking did, because you just can't do it.
Yeah, no, it's totally understandable. It's quite exciting though. It looks quite good.
Yeah, I'm up for it. I have no issue with them doing that like that. We know what the shape is, and then when they do the list and stuff, you'll see the stuff because they've got it in their hand.
You absolutely will. You absolutely will. And the Daytona looked great. The original Daytona looked great. I should have really had a couple of pictures of the original Daytona, because I'm guessing it's going to be. It's called the Daytona Mini. It's going to be a reduced version of the Daytona Mini. So that was that. That's from Infinity Mods. If you're on the group, then in the next 2 weeks, hopefully, Alessandro will be putting up the list for that. Over to
John.
somebody.
John's got a bit on the city. Oh, it's a bit on the City Wire, John.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that. City Wire. Oh, this is quite good. This is good, and it sounds weird, but it's good. It's good. It's good. I named this piece "Big Tobacco is Bleeding." I really want to give them some warfarin. I didn't put that, but I added that. It was a bit good. So citywire.co.uk posted this on the 25th, which is "Game is over for tobacco," says Neptune's Geffen. Now, this is really about stocks and shares, but it's definitely worth listening to. Neptune's Robin Geffen believes the game is over for big tobacco brands as they struggle to find markets for growth and offer little dividend cover. The Neptune investment management founder, who manages the 209.6 million Neptune income fund, says in mature markets around the world, tobacco sales are falling and will continue to fall. In emerging markets, so places like Indonesia and Vietnam, which these companies would assume would be their growth areas, that's where the damage is happening now. There's a very good paragraph there. I'm going to skip it. No, fuck it. I won't tell you. Politicians no longer smoke on television. You can buy a pack of cigarettes there. They are starting to have health warnings on them in Vietnam and places like that. The game is over. Geffen acknowledged tobacco stocks had historically delivered brilliant returns for income investors over the last 2 decades, but said they were struggling to keep up with the changing market. For anyone who doesn't really get this, it's that lots of things are invested in what have always historically been safe stocks and shares, and things that are invested in stocks and shares like that are things like pensions. So you have a massive amount of money goes in, and what would be a relatively low income is pretty vast, really, considering the billions that are invested. But people aren't doing that because the growth has been near stagnant. And the next paragraph is this: e-cigarettes or vaping has been seen as a way for tobacco companies to replenish revenues lost by declining tobacco use. But Geffen argued traditional tobacco companies like British American Tobacco, BATS, or Imperial Brands, IMP, were falling behind the likes of 15 billion Israeli vaping product manufacturers, Juul. Nor could vaping be seen as the silver bullet for the sector, given increasing regulatory pressures, particularly in the US, where Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Scott Gottlieb has called the rise in vaping among young people as an epidemic. I can't see this as bad news. They're right, and historically they've been kept on the back foot, and they need to be kept there. But the only way they can be kept there is by innovation within the industry, especially within the independent industry. I've made jokes about Juul's product before, but it's not aimed at me. And it's fantastic to watch an independent company keeping the likes of BATS and Imperial on their arse, really. And they're losing customers every fucking day. And it's brilliant.
I think they've just announced a profit warning as well.
Brilliant. Good to hear. Fuck them.
Absolutely.
Literally drown them. That is the way to keep them down as well, is innovate and around them. And there was some fantastic, the one thing that I will say, that I'm sure Richard will witness at Expo, there are pods on pods on pods being released at the moment. When you look at
there is,
when you look at what Imperial and Vape from BATS are putting out, it's shit. It's really shit. There's every single pod system that was available in April, May, sorry, at the first Expo has gone and been replaced by another wave. They've got no hope of keeping up with the innovation in the industry because they can't turn as fast as we can. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. Fuck them.
I think next year might be the year, though, of big buyouts.
Oh, could be. Either they're going to get desperate. You might as well buy the fucking company.
I could see some big buyouts next year as they look to get a foothold.
Blue. And who else has gone that way? Elites. Getting the money. It's funny they bought Elites just at the wrong moment. They're at the peak of their worth, and they're probably worth fuck all now. Who are we going to next? Rich, do you want to do it? Or we go to James with his...
yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Very quickly, talk about Matt Cully's new RTA, the Serpent Elevate. Obviously, there's quite a few fans of the Serpent in our group. See it from time to time. I was quite a big fan of the previous Serpent, but there's been loads of Serpent RDAs and tanks and things like that. From Watofo. This is his latest one. He hasn't actually, because he's currently touring Scotland and he was over here at Expo, he hasn't actually had chance to do his personal presentation video for this tank, I don't think, on his channel. But the tank is coming out now. It's I think people could even buy it at Expo. So it's out. Single coil. Top airflow going down into the tank, comes with the bubble glass and a straight glass. Doesn't seem to be TPD compliant in any way, but that doesn't tend to stop Watofo for some reason. But an interesting tank. The closest sort of thing I've had recently was one from Mike Vapes, which is a bit similar. He did with Org Vape, but it's a single coil RTA. It's airier than the Saver. The coil literally just goes down the middle. My wicks have gone a bit funny coming out there, but the coil just goes down the middle, and then you've got loads of space for your cotton here. Quite a cool deck. It's kind of, for me personally, it's kind of like a very nice 40-watt banger, really. It's nice smooth draw, nice flavour on it. I think it's a pretty solid RTA. It's definitely the best Serpent, in my opinion, of the Serpent line, and the Serpent Mini was very, very good. So there we go. That's the new one, the new Watofo Serpent Elevate. I think
I'm looking forward to your review.
Yes, I'm going to try and do a video on this. I need to message Matt and make sure that's all right. So I notice no one else has made one.
I think he must have. I think Matt landed yesterday. He was getting back home.
So that yes, I do need to talk to him about that. But I think it's very, very good. I think with Watofo, the one thing they do great is tanks. I think.
Yeah, I think
Conqueror Mini, Serpent Mini, all those. So yeah, I think that's quite nice. I'm actually really enjoying that. It's right in my wheelhouse.
Exciting. The next thing we're going to talk about, James, is the name he writes in telephone boxes.
Ringlord, James's stage name.
Yes, the potentially the comedy section of the evening. Isn't it? What's the name on the name? The Ringlord. This popped up on Todd's group today. I'd not seen it. I'd not heard of it, but I was like, oh, Ringlord. That's gonna It's catchy. It's really, really catchy. Such a great name. We've got some. I've got loads of pics of this. I did a little bit of digging and I found 1 million pics of this. It's a little bit unusual. It's a lot unusual. It's really, really unusual. I'll be honest with you. It's really. It's not a bad looking at it. It's not a bad look. We've got pictures. We have got pictures. Let's just present these pictures to people. Look at these pictures, people. Okay, look at that. Look at that. That's
a bit different, isn't it?
It's a little bit different in many ways. I mean that glass there is apparently Pyrex glass. It's a 27 milli at E.
Mm-hmm. I would say that's Pyrex. By the way, it's mouldy. Yeah. That's Pyrex, definitely.
It's 27 mil, correct?
27 mil. That's a single coil configuration with a tornado airflow system.
Was it Mark that put this on the shed?
No, it wasn't. It was some
okay.
chap.
Mark's been sending me pictures of this for 2 weeks. He's very excited about this.
It looks a little bit like half a polo mint in your atomizer.
As soon as you said the word tornado, we're all going, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
No. We have some more pictures showing the tornado. I think at some point.
Oh, yeah, we do. I'll keep going. Look,
the half polo mints, they turn into quarter polo mints. They're detachable. Look at them.
That is like when you buy a polo, isn't it?
There it's there. Look at that. Look at you've got 2 colours available: stainless steel and
black.
I think that's. I can't remember what colour. I can't see. Here we go. Look at this. Look at the tornado system going on there. Look at that, man.
Who makes this again? Sorry.
Some people.
No one cares.
Some Chinese people, I think.
God, yes. Okay.
I found it on 2 sites.
How the fuck would that ever work? I mean,
that might work. Look.
They'll all look like this soon.
That chap off YouTube, the ring. Look at that. You know, I really like the glass.
Oh
the glass looks
God.
really
I like the glass. Do you know what? When you first put it up, I thought, oh, okay. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I thought, oh, it looks quite funky.
Yeah, the glass looks good.
Tornado. I mean,
Hugs vape.
Hugs vape. That's where I found it. Yeah, Hugs vape. So I should have wrote that down.
It's on the bottom of the atomizer, to be fair, Joe.
That's what I got it from. Yeah. No, but the glass it's just going to steam up, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
won't be able to see your tornado. No, you won't. You'll be clear, actually, Richard, because when you take a drag, it'll be fine. We'll just see.
Self-cleaning.
Yeah. Perfect.
Just tornado right at there. So here's the specs. Look at that: 27 millimeter, 16 millimeter at the top there. I don't even need to talk about this. You can see what it is. It's them things there. I
really like the fact they haven't even put normal Phillips head screws. They're tri screws. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
So you can't get in unless you like the hack Nintendo games. That's it. That's
right, you know what? I thought it looked quite funky, and then it got worse and worse and worse.
Ring Lord. It's all right, man. Look at that. It might be good. It might be.
Why, mate, you're the Lord of fuck all.
You develop an eye for these things the longer you vape, don't you? And it's just obvious that just looks amazing. You just know that's going to be a sensational vape.
It really.
Just wait until this time next year, and all the atomizers that come out, they're all going features ring load style posts, and that sort of ring load style.
Yeah, it looks like a dead short nightmare to me.
No, you caught it just nicely sitting in the middle there. It's like that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Just nestled in the middle of your half polo. It's gonna be awesome.
How fucking hot is that? That's what that glass is for. Because if it was made of anything else, it would combust immediately. This is the fucking.
So you can check, like Brad says, so you can check you haven't suddenly.
So you can see the arcing.
Yeah. You'll be all right because you won't be able to because of that. The cyclone.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be damn good.
All the
I
best stuff has the names like this
Too
now.
powerful, I might twist someone's lips when they take a drag, and it'll just.
It's just a shame it wasn't Voopoo.
Cooper Ringlord.
Yeah.
I would like to have been designed by Michael Flatley.
To be fair to Voopoo, they did do the Ring Fire, didn't they?
Yeah, it's not the worst one. What was the one that was called like the Jizz or something? There was something terrible, wasn't there? Oh, awful.
That's my news. I'm all done. I'm all newsed out.
All right. Can we do the Shredder?
Oh yeah.
Certainly can.
Shredder.
I have added one since pre-chat because chat requested it, really.
Nice.
Don't listen to them, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, once in a blue moon they come up with a good idea, and it's vape drama.
Good.
Brace
That's not in already.
Brace yourselves, more drama is
What are
coming.
you drinking, Richard?
Not telling.
Was it
You're
water?
not telling. It looked like homemade chicken soup.
It looked like water.
Wine.
Wine. Oh, posh.
Is he really drinking?
Yeah,
Are you drinking spritzers? I saw you put something else in there. Yeah, it's a spritzer.
Are you on a diet?
No.
No.
Have some Thatchers. It tastes like the urine of an apple.
This is beautiful. Mm.
Much to James's disappointment, beauty rings are still in the pile, and they only have to survive one more week to become protected.
Oh, that's good. I
I
like
like
that.
pretending that there's now rules.
Yeah, we'll go on the wall.
The wall of safety.
Yes, and the other one is Famous Faces. So this is the NBA chap from last week who's released his own vape pen that looks like a fucking box.
True.
The daftest pen.
That's going to become safe though, Brad, because I don't think anyone gives a shit.
Yeah, well, that's
So
why
what have we got? We've got drama,
drama,
vape.
beauty rings, and NBA vapors. Or NBA Famous Faces in releasing their own vaping line.
Okay.
So chat, go wild while I ask these three their opinions.
Mm.
James, I'm pretty sure your vote's not going for.
Beauty rings. No, I love beauty rings. I think beauty rings and that sort of thing, and that sort of adornment for your atomizer stroke mod. A good transition rings, beauty rings. There is some I'm not keen on, but as a rule, a bog rat, a nice standard SS bog rat. I love that. Have we got 350 batteries still?
Do we?
No, sorry, I'm referring to pre-chat there. 18350 batteries we'll keep them forever. We like them. They're just like small 18650 batteries.
You just need 100 of them to have a
celebrity endorsements. You know what? Celebrity vapors. I like celebrity vapors. I like celebrities who are vapors, and I like vapors who are celebrities. I like both of them things. I'm not going to put them in there. You know what I don't like?
You're binning drama.
I don't like vape drama. I don't like vape drama. You know what I do? I like memes. I do like memes, but especially that kind of meme there with "brace yourself" or "winter is coming." I like them sort of memes. But you know what I don't like? I don't like vape drama. That can fuck off. I don't want that at all. I get shredded. Shred that bitch right now. You need even that's the chaps. Shred the vape drama. We don't like it. We don't want a vape drama free group. John just delete. If he gets a sniff of any vape drama, John just delete. You're out. You're out.
You're up next.
Drama. We don't have it in our group. We're not a vape drama group. We don't respond to vape drama. We've had loads of opportunity to respond to vape drama in the past. You know what we do? We don't respond to it because we're not down with the vape drama. You know, I understand that you've got to have bad guys and good guys. I understand that, but we're the good guys. No vape drama for us. All right, that's how I feel about the whole situation.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I'm like 9 out of 10. I'm like 90%. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. Beauty rings. I love beauty rings, by the way. I just want to reaffirm that.
Richard, you're up.
Oh, is it me? Okay. I'm not voting for vape drama.
Ooh.
That's
Oh, that's vape drama right there. God damn it.
That's the only thing I watch on YouTube, vape drama. He said she said this. I think there is a time and a place. Facebook vape drama I don't have time for. But it's absolute classic gold on YouTube when everyone starts falling out. So that leaves me. I like celebrities vaping. I like celebrities that openly vape and talk about it. I think it helps normalize this thing that we do. I think so. I'm cool with that. But I don't like the idea of a celebrity just using their profile to just knock out a product. Snoop Dogg did it as well. He just
But you were all hugging with Gordon Ramsay the weekend. You were like best bros with the Ramsay. What happened there?
So
if he's watching this, he's going to be devastated, man.
Jay of Jay and Silent Bob has a liquid line, doesn't he?
Oh, for ages, yeah, that came out years ago.
And then there's Professor Green with his juice line type thing.
Hasn't even actually got a line. I didn't know who the fuck he was. He was at say an event this year. I'm not really a hip hop. Is he hip hop? I'm not really that kind of.
I don't know. It might be UK Garage. For all I know. But I don't mind celebrities vaping, being in vaping. I don't mind Gordon Ramsay being at Expo. He was just, he was just with me. He was just looking around. But he didn't have a Gordon Ramsay's vape pen out.
Yet.
So I'm going to say that NFL. I'm not going to win this popular vote, but I'm going to say the NFL guy because I think that's ubiquitously popping up a product just because he can. Is shite.
Oh, yeah. John, your thoughts?
Blah blah blah. Celebrity. Blah blah blah. Beauty ring. Fuck vape drama. It's been it.
I like beauty rings. I rings.
Right, I don't really care, but I'm not asked either way. I don't use them. They do annoy me, but they don't annoy me enough to put them in.
Yeah.
James is quite right.
How can you be annoyed by beauty rings? The car.
No. Whatever. They don't do anything for me, but I don't use them. I'm not the target audience, so that doesn't bother me. But as James quite rightly said, I have my notifications all the time, and I'm a sad bastard. And if you put it on, it would disappear so quick. I don't generally take people out of the group, but I cannot be fucked with it. It's been, how long have I been doing this? 4 years of running like Facebook groups, and it's so fucking boring. It's Facebook fucking vape drama.
SV's at its moments.
Absolutely, totally. There were moments where you had no other choice but to go along with that because it just turned into a nightmare. I've banned I've banned mates from SV and like kicked them out and sent a message saying you need to calm down because you can't say. And I've always been one. I know I've said it on the show before. If I say something on Facebook and you see me at an event and you ask me to repeat it, expect me to repeat it verbatim because I don't give a fuck. I would have typed it if I wasn't going to say it.
John has no filter. That we have.
I really just don't give a fuck. It doesn't. I don't care. I'm posting from other groups, screenshot from a vape group and put it on iOS. It'll go straight away.
The same drama in chat. All drama.
Yeah, it's drama. It's so fucking stupid. If you're a dipshit, keep it to yourself. Even the YouTube thing, I just feel uncomfortable for the fucking idiots. But is it amusing? There's been
good for business.
Yeah, and there's been some very funny ones this year. But I think I'm laughing at them. I don't think I'm ever laughing with them.
Well, I will. Even though my vote is void because chat has overwhelmingly voted for one of the three, I'm with Richard. Even though he tried kicking me out the show, my vote would go for these guys just because I love vape drama. Like, what else would I?
That is totally true. When we're in our secret chat, that there's just the four of us. If Brad wakes up to it or he like cottons onto it mid-morning, he's always well chuffed because he can sit on the toilet, have a shit, and read the turmoil that is the thread.
That's exactly. I was going to mention the toilet thing. He does. He loves a bit of vape drama on the.
If there isn't vape drama, I can't take a shit.
UK bonkers, we're looking at you.
But chat
There's a
has
thing
won.
just for the admin of the Facebook world. There's a thing that's called turn off comments. It's a really good function. You can turn them off.
Do it.
Check
Don't
how it's
do it.
going.
The longer
turn
I
it
get
back
to
on.
read, the healthier I will be. I will live longer.
As soon as you see a Michael Jackson eating popcorn meme, you know it's going to be good. You know that person has put that meme there so they can follow the thread, but not later on get dissed. You're like, yeah, a bit of popcorn.
That means I've got nothing to add. I just want to sit here and read.
I want notifications at how much this turns into a shitstorm.
Go on then. Let's see it.
All right, chat. You have won. And in goes vape drama, much to my dissatisfaction.
I feel like Banksy copied off us with this.
He did.
See, people haven't figured out Banksy's not British. He's actually South African.
South Africa. It's you.
From Bristol.
No, I haven't got an artistic bone in my body. Right. That's over. I think, if I remember correctly, James, it's time for...
Yes, let's have a little bit of speed drive patrol. Let's try and finish this off quite succinctly with a little bit of etc. Yeah, you know the stuff. Rich, have you got the picks? Let's present you. Here we go. Now we've got a mixed bag, as we always have. I've just hidden from broadcast. That's ridiculous. Show me the broadcast. Sorry about that, Rich. Here we go. I'm just not on the ball. Oh, this is from Bob Clark. This is his very own
inhaler, which I didn't know what it was. I asked him what it was. Yeah,
looks like a pod thing, doesn't it? Like a pod thing. Why don't pod things have that little slide?
Yeah, it's for COPD, isn't it? I asked him what it was. Yeah.
It is. I mean, his first picture was blurry. Anyway, next one. This is from Bob again. This is another good one. Bob's on.
No, his first one was good. That's.
Oh, it's an RDA. Look at that. It's an RDA, and he's.
No.
There's massive airflow on that RDA on the left.
Yeah, look, dual airflow there.
Sorry, Bob. Like the first one, second one's crap.
Next one is from Chris. Not Chris Bishop. This is from David Deeren. It says Nautilus in there, and it's also it's highlighted in yellow, which makes me think he just searched for Nautilus.
No. He did that. He added that.
Oh, he added that. He
added that. That's why it's over the E. But it doesn't work because the Nautilus is named after the crustacean thing. And that's named after the crustacean as well. So it's things that remind you of crustaceans, but they're actually equipment.
Okay then. This next one is from. Let's bring.
It's not bad. It's just like a mod that suck you off at the same time.
It could be like mouth to mouth mod.
Like instead of a drip tip, it's a lip tip.
Yes. They're all urinating themselves with laughter at home. It was good. Next one, Dirty Murphy, Firefly. It's got Firefly in it. That's it. I presume. Is that it? That's it.
Don't know.
Next one is from Ian Schwar. Many people got this. It's a Dean
Feeney.
Dean Feeney and Ferdinand. It's where he lives. He takes pictures there. Next one. James Hall. This is not bad. This is all right.
I'm with you on that. Totally get it. AFC. Like it.
Remind him of you. Next one. James Hall again. Spectrum.
Oh, it's for you. This one, really.
It is. I suppose it is. Spectrum vaping. Awesome custard cream. Just vaping it now. Delicious. Next one is this was a late entry.
Is that from Wish or something?
From Johan. It looks wishy, doesn't it? It looks wishy.
It looks shitty.
It looks
like fuck all. It looks like a torch. Is what it looks like.
Looks a bit like a mod. That one was terrible. This next one is terrible. Look at this. This one reminded somebody of John Martin's wild haircut.
Right.
And he posted on the group. Well, you know what it is. We don't discriminate. If it reminded you of vaping, then we'll put it on the show. You know, it works.
Cheers, James.
And this one's Kevin Watts. This one is
Grove Skin and Laser Clinic. That's good.
Yeah, the Grove Skin and Laser Clinic. Value your vagina.
Keep it right. Keep it tight. I like it.
This next one. This is pretty good. Lynn Burgess. Yeah, I sent this one in. Do you remember them cases for the iPhone?
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, but it's a microphone. It's a microphone. It's good. Nice one, Len. Next one is from Paul Saunders. This is maybe my favorite one of the entire week from Paul Saunders. That's pretty.
That looks spot on.
That's pretty damn moddy, isn't it?
510, but it does work.
Exposed battery there, the ultraviolet battery there from Sanyo. Next one, Rainier, Heidelberg and Sloffen.
Yeah, be a bit racist. It's shit. So,
it's a bit. Come on, remind them of it, etc. Blah blah blah.
There's a nose here.
Around that one.
Next one is this is one from Expo.
This is from a young Richard Vick.
Yeah, Richard.
What was funny about this one was I took a picture and put it on the Facebook group, and then I pointed it out to people in real life, and everyone was like, "Oh, have you got it? Have you got it? I'll take it." And then
they all wanted it,
like Pokemon Go for adults.
Here's the thing, though. That looks like that's in a restaurant. How many? So there's 509 tables before then. I'm going to wait a long time for my burger in that restaurant.
Outside is 5, and then it's 5, 1, 2.
The service was rapid.
Rapid.
I see.
I got 2 lots of chips.
I thought it was the biggest Witherspoons in the world. Next one. Witherspoons. This is not bad. Okay, this is
okay.
There's a few with this one. You've got Modbox. We've seen Modbox before because it's in TK Maxx or whatever it is. It must be TK Maxx's website. We've seen Modbox before. Brave Soul RDA. Yeah.
Can't have bottom right.
50%.
Pardon?
Sorry, I'm just saying words.
And then we've got underneath the grey one where John and Brad is sitting. Underneath there it says, I don't know how you pronounce it. SVEA.
SVEA is nothing. I like
it is because it's a German lady who owns.
Oh yes, yeah, you're right. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I thought you were really reaching for SVA. I apologize.
Yeah, I thought you were going for it's the East Africa contingent of SV.
Yeah.
No, I was not. And then this last one here is from.
I have it in the fridge every.
Basilisk Shandam. I don't know who this is from.
Whenever I post up my ready picture, I have to avoid that. I can't believe it's not butter in the fridge because I know I'm going to get shit.
Richard is getting bored now. Come on, that's the end of trying. That's this week's try.
That was a lovely.
No.
That was great. A lovely little finite.
That was perfect.
Perfect. 34 as well. An hour and 34 minutes. We are
brilliant.
Smashing it.
It's been the same with that mod showcase, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
That would be nice.
Got some fantastic mods out. Just saying that whilst we're whistling, there has been some brilliant releases, and I'm sure when Rick comes back, he will show us them. But do go over to the Modders Gallery on www.facebook.com because there are some brilliant mods out. Just in the last couple of weeks, there's been some fantastic stuff from Terminal Effects. Mike is just carrying on with his fantastic gear. So Dom had got his dual
Yeah, that looks
Power.
immense.
Mike's stabilising his own watchfaces now, isn't he?
He is.
Or
He's
whatever.
stabilising and still using some of the local chaps to me. Yeah, UK modders are still doing UK mod stuff.
If I can very quickly say as well, John alluded to them before, but Rick's drip tips are amazing, and I really hope that all the mod makers jump on this and they start providing a couple of drip tips in the wood of your mod.
Yeah, especially because modmaker.co.uk are making these. There's sort of, I couldn't really think of a word, so I'm going to go with the form, which is, this bit in the.
You can call them inserts.
What is the? Oh yeah, inserts. What's the goon? What is the goon?
810.
810 in the goon.
So they're friction fit.
Yes, but they don't. They're not friction fit because there's an O-ring on the inside.
Ah.
Don't need to, so there's no need for the O-ring. But mod makers doing them. Rick's made a certain amount and has been very kind and sent them out to us as well. Go over www.modmaker.co.uk.
They're really cool. That's another really nice, helpful thing for mod makers.
Yeah, we've been seeing some fantastic buttons as well.
Yeah, they look so good. And Rick,
Mike's been doing them. Dacus is Mike's been doing them. The fantastic Eddie. Darwin Mods has been.
Yeah, Bessie's been using them as well, so he's got a set of with the inserts and without. As well.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Sure has.
Yeah. So
and along the same lines,
Eddie,
that's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking
about. Darwin Mods.
And Mike's doing it as well.
Yeah, so these are the new battery tube covers, and these are really cool. They look so much cooler than the traditional one, and that's Darwin Mods.
Beautiful. Very cool.
Very cool. So that's not a mod makery type showcasing news. But that is it, gents, I think, unless anyone has anything they need to say.
No, that's it.
No, we're good. I think we're good.
I had to pull a bit from my news because I'm not allowed to say that Brian has already produced the V2 of this, which is going to be a dual battery. And he showed it me at Expo, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
You're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to know that. So if you know that, stop knowing it.
Just forget about that immediately.
So like I said to Brian, I definitely won't say anything.
Absolutely.
So there we go. So there we go. So that's it. That's the Ideal Arm Show this week. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button.
Smash the
2018 styling.
Smash the like.
Bye. Have a fantastic day and weekend and all that shit. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Weekend.
Bye. Good night. Cheerio.
Bye.